My name is Walter L. Robinson. I'm the water shoe guy. But we're gonna break in and do some films on our pieces on the black woman. Mainly because I'm on YouTube. I look at a lot of the stuff on YouTube, and I see that we're getting this bit of a storm associated with negative associations. Black women are bad. They're this. They're heavy. They're a little this and that and uncouth, and they wear all this short stuff and they wiggle and they jiggle and they're an embarrassment and all this stuff. But what we're going to try to do is try to adjust this a little bit. Not that the women are bad, and personally I don't see anything wrong with the young black woman, and that's from about 14 years up to, we're dealing about 14 years up to about late 20s, this age group. A lot of people saying, well, they're having a lot of kids out of wedlock, they're doing this, they're not married, they don't respect their men and all this, and it goes on and on and on and on. And there's a lot of people on YouTube that's making a lot of statements and a lot of negative statements on black women. And so what we're going to do in this piece, or these pieces, is to try to bring some clarity to the deeper psychologies of why people do what they do, and how can we look at the thing better and solve, well, not solve the problem, but we're bringing some light to the problem, if it's even a problem. We're gonna, as we move through the young black women, we're gonna look at the black guys. Here again, the young black guys, 13 on up, 12 on up, 12 to about 21, or the guys that's sagging and bagging and slipping and rapping and dapping and this hip hop culture that a lot of the old folks like myself consider to be, well, personally I don't see anything exactly wrong with this, but the old school, that's the school I'm from, the old school, we're back in the 60s. We moved the civil rights movement, and we thought things was getting better, but now we're looking at a new kind of a detriment to the black population. Back in the old days, it was racism and Jim Crow and Uncle Tom and and all kinds of other stuff that we had to deal with. Back of the bus and colored signs only and all this. But now we have a new enemy and or a new problem. And the problem, we are our own problem. We are degrading, demising, deculturalizing our own. And maybe we're not aware of it. Some people say, well, I'm trying to make things better, and I'm trying to make things better by, vulgarity and these innuendos and all this stuff. But in fact, what am I doing? I'm becoming the new right wing. I'm becoming the new anti-black, subculture. And so we want to fight against this, or we want to move against this, or we want to try to minimize this reduce it. We're going to try to get into the nuts and bolts of what's going on, and hopefully, just like we did in the 60s, we're going to try to overcome. Before we were fighting the man, as it was stated, we were fighting the man, but now we're fighting ourselves. And this is the problem, and this becomes a problem. And so, what we're going to do, we're making this film now. This film, what we're going to do, the film is going to be an hour long, as the crow flies. But because on YouTube I don't get but about 9 minutes, what we're going to do, we're going to chop it up into 9-minute pieces. Now, what I used to do is just start over, introduce myself on every little piece, but we're finding out we're losing a lot of time. When we can be lecturing, we're losing a lot of time in that. So what we're going to try to do is just go straight on through, and then you would see that part 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on your YouTube, and then you could follow the sequences straight on through. And I think that hopefully that'll be better. I want to first I want to say just a little bit about myself. Not too much. Okay, I'm a real old guy. You know, I'm 70 something. So this is the thing. Look, I was born back in 1945, and in fact, what I want to say, I learned from my elders. A lot of stuff that I know now, a lot of stuff that I do, a lot of my core values come from my elders. Not all. A lot of my core values come from my elders. And here again, I'm born in 45. That means I was around before Martin Luther King, before anyone had ever heard of Martin Luther King. I'm there. I'm living before the Civil Rights Movement, through the Civil Rights Movement, post-Civil Rights Movement. And so what do I have? I've seen a lot of stuff. Vietnam and all that. I'm in Vietnam back in the 60s. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I went to the university, went up to Florida A&M University, studied all kind of stuff. And then, of course, I live in the library now, study all kind of stuff. That don't necessarily mean I'm smart. That don't necessarily mean I'm intelligent. And I suggest strongly that you study other old guys, old college guys, and old street guys. We're finding out university is not as intelligent as it appear to be. Of course, street is not as intelligent and intelligible as it appear to be. The joker off the street and the joker from the university, the guy's a professor, but what does he know? He only knows what he read in the books. And of course, if the books are wrong, then the professor can be wrong, or maybe not wrong, but slightly adjusted. Now, on YouTube, there's a bunch of jokers that's downing black women. They're picking on black women. They're doing all kinds of things. They're saying they're fat and they're ugly, and the blacker they are, the worse they are. And I saw this ugly person, and they go on, they denigrating the race. And they said something else, like, well, we don't have critical thinking skills. And so in this piece, this hour piece, we're going to get into approaching the black women's problem, or the black woman's epic, or the black woman's situation, what is real or what's perceived, through a little more critical thinking. And so we're going to maybe go through a little critical thinking. So what does that mean? That means that we're going to